Today we're not transporting items, but we'll be working on transportation for our imaginary friends. Welcome to a new episode on the Create World. I think we've got most farms that I want in this world in their place. And thanks to the comments in last week's video, I now know that most of the lag is caused by belts and other stuff with items. So I might cut back on those later, but for now we'll just have to deal with it. Because today I want to build a railroad that goes from the starter base to the emerald and all the way back. Before we get the train and the whole track laid out, we need to know where it'll arrive. I'm thinking we can get the little station in across the water on the other hill. I'll figure out later how to connect it to the main island. That's problems for future eggs. For today, we'll just do the station. I also don't think it needs to be a big station, so let's just get some foundations in. Then using some mud bricks, we can get the first floor in. I'm thinking of having a bit of an L shape. That way we can have some space for a waiting area as well. We'll add a second floor using limestone, so we can have an office space and a resting area for the train personnel. And the roof will be made out of a similar texture as the Witherskull farm. So we'll be using some red blocks and a spruce trim to cap it all off. Before we get the decorations in, I want to know where the train line is gonna run. So let's get some tracks and get a loop laid out. Now that we have the tracks in place, we can build up a temporary train with a bunch of drills. The tunnel will be bigger than what we're used to, because these passenger trains will be a tad larger than the small logging trains we've been using. Running the drill is nothing short of just sitting on it and driving it forward. The only thing I need to keep an eye on is that I don't accidentally hit the station, and that in the tunnels, I need to keep some torches around, otherwise the way back might be a dangerous one. Now that we hit the halfway mark, we can use a waystone to empty out the drill before we make our way back. But this is going pretty well so far, and I don't think it'll take too long for me to get the rest dug out. Now the only thing we need to do is add a texture below the rails. Cobblestone is a bit too harsh, I think, so this cobbled stone, which I know, it's confusing, but this one's from the chip mod, might be a better choice. The easiest way to do this might be to revamp the drill and replace the drills with some rollers. And then we'll just take a ride around the track with the rollermobile. On the side of the rail track that faces our base, I want to add a tall retaining wall, in a similar style to the deep slate ones that we have. I'm gonna be using some small tough bricks on this one, just to give it a bit of a different color, and I want to cap it off in a similar style, but with a bit of color. And I think these mangrove trapdoors might be nice, but I don't have mangrove yet. The compass says it's about 3,000 blocks away, which, seeing as we have a jetpack, shouldn't take that long. So let's fill up our tanks and be on our way. 3,000 blocks later, I'll just grab some trees, make sure to get some propagules as well, and it might be a good idea to plop down a waystone just so we can travel back easier if we need to. Now it's only a matter of putting some propagules in the log farm, set the deployers to the right filter so they actually put down propagules if there's any in the inventory, and armed with some ranch trapdoors, we can now finish up the top of the retaining wall. Now that we've got that done, we can start decorating the station. I might just take some time to figure it out, and I'll bring y'all back when I'm done. Okay, so we have a little ticket counter that's accessible from the outside as well as from the inside. And on the other side, we have a lounge area where people can wait for their trains. Mostly because, well, this place, it rains a lot, and at this point, I'm starting to worry about floods. I have made one mistake though. I'm starting to play around with designs for locomotives, and I noticed that all the fun and impressive bogies only work on the wide tracks. So let's fix that. First we need to make some more regular tracks that we can then turn into wide ones. And after waiting for the production to finish, we can replace all the tracks that we've placed before. But at the Emerald Town, I do need to redirect the tracks a bit. So let's call on our drill again and make sure that the tunnel follows the tracks. All the tracks are replaced, and I really got sidetracked with this, pun intended. I'll be doing some cleaning up between episodes, but for this one, I'm running out of time. So, if you liked it, subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see you all next week. Bye!